uh, as I said, okay. So now we'll see how we can go through Microsoft Forms. So simply type here Microsoft Forms, then click on this, their official website. So it's taking some time. Yes. So here you can click on Microsoft Forms. If you want to see the information, you can go through it. And whenever you are ready, you can click on Get Started. So if we click on Get Started, it asks for login. So if you have a login ID, you can create just like Google. If you have, you can already log in. Otherwise, you can create by clicking on uh, this create one button. You can create freely. I have already my Microsoft account, so I will log in with this. So Microsoft also have just like Google Suite. So for educational purpose, they also one can, if some college is there, then they can contact Microsoft and they can get accounts. Just like here, what I have srtmun.ac.in. So they have tie up with educational institutions. One can get user IDs which have many benefits. Okay. So click on next. And I have already entered password. So now we are logged into Microsoft Forms. So this is where how it look like. My Forms, there is a new form and new quiz. Two things are available, and this right hand side whatever I have, which is already created. So I have conducted one quiz on mathematics and 39 responses. You can see here there are 39 responses. It says expired because I have logged that form. So one can see that I will show you later how we can see responses and so on. At that time, I will come back to this already conducted quiz. Okay. So if you are the first time logging into this Microsoft Forms, you will see only two: new forms, new form, and new quiz. So whoever want to create a form, for example, registration, something as a survey and so on, then we can go with new form. If it is a quiz related to students, you are suppose taking an exam or you are conducting a quiz, then we should click with new quiz. Okay. So there is only a slight difference between a new form and a new quiz that everyone know it. If it is a quiz, then we should give which is the answer, correct answer, and how many marks we should assign. If it is a new form, then we no need to give any marks related. So first quickly we will go through new form, then we will come back to new quiz where we will focus more time. So click on new form, then this is the simple user interface. You can give title. So I'll say demo form. Okay. Then you can, if you want, you can add description. If you want, you can add a image here, insert image. Then simply click add new. If you click on add new, it will start adding questions. So click and add new. If we click on add new, then these questions will come. First one is choice, text, then rating, date. Okay. And there are other also available. If you click on this, there is a ranking, Likert. This is very useful, especially who want to get some ratings based on their products and so on. So this is a feature which is not available in Google Forms. This is one of the interesting feature, but may not be much useful for us. But I can tell you when explaining about this. As a teacher, if you want to get rating from students, if you want to really improve, then this can be used. Okay. And we also have file upload option. I would like to tell here that this file upload option is not available for a regular free account user. This is available if you sign up as a educational institute or if you go with pro version. Okay. So this option may not be available with others. This option may not be available with everyone, but it is available with institutional addresses and pro version. Okay. This net promoter score. This net promoter score is very useful if somebody is promoting their sales and so on. And here we also have sections. This is available in Google Forms also. So one can create sections, or one can create this type of things. So these are the available options for each and every question. So let's quickly go through each and few things. For example, if you want to click choice, then you can type here question and you can start adding options. Okay. Then the same question, if you want to make it as a single answer or multiple answer, if you want to make this as a multiple answer, simply enable this multiple answers. Okay. Or if you disable this, then there will be only one answer which is correct. Okay. They can select only one option. Suppose you can type here what are all ICT tools available under something. Okay, free tools available free. So if we say that this, if you want to make it one, then you disable this. Suppose I will write here Edmodo, and suppose I'll write here Google Forms. Okay, then if I want to make it more options correct, then you select this. If I want to make this question should be answered compulsory, then click on this required button. And here there are three vertical horizontal dots are there. If we click on this, there will be more settings for that question. It says add branching and subtype. So this add branching is very, very important, which is not available directly in Google Forms. So branching is somehow available in Google Forms, but that is available for sections. Whereas here it is available for individual questions also. Okay. So this I will explain little later. So this is, in this way one can type question. Okay. And if you want, you can duplicate this question. If you click on this, then this question will be copied. We can make alternatives. We can make changes. Otherwise, if you click on this, we can delete this. Okay. In this way, one can ask design questions. If you click on this, there are text type of questions available: short answer question and long answer question. So if you want to make your question as long answer, you enable this. Otherwise, you disable this. Okay. Similarly, you have here option for restrictions, add branching, and so on. So if you want to make it a short answer question, for example, name of the teacher. Okay. Then answer will come here, right? If you want to as a long answer question, that also we can make it. Suppose copy this, and now I will make it this as a long answer. Here you can write here address of the institution. Okay. Then this will be treated as a long answer question. So one can have a long dialog box where one can enter much data. Okay. Now the other type of question is rating. So if as a resource person, so for example, I am taking this lecture, you want to rate me. So how do you rate today's resource person? Okay. So you can select here levels 5. There is option for selecting 5 are different from ranging from 2 to 10. So either you can select 5, 10, 4, whatever, or you also have option to select star or number. So for their pro version, they have more other symbols here like smile symbols and so on. But for free version, number as well as star. So if you click on star, then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you click on star, then this will be if you can select which one you want. 3-star rating, 4-star, 3 and 5, like that. Okay. So in this way, one can get rating for resource person or our lecture in this way, right? And similarly, if you want to enter date here, you can enter date. For example, when the COVID positive person, or what is the date of first COVID positive case in India. Okay. Then here one can select, go through this. When he is answering, he can select and give the answer. Okay. What are other questions are available? If you want, you can give this Likert. So what is the meaning of this one is this question is in the form of rows and columns. Okay, and this is very, very useful, especially when somebody is taking survey. So here you can write about statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, and their attributes are same. Option 1, option 2, option 3. You can keep on adding up to 10 options. One can add it. Okay. So for example, I can explain here one simple question: the behavior of a person. So if there are some spelling mistakes, you pardon me. We are not wasting time on that. So the behavior of a person, I will write here. So I will write here, suppose Mr. X, okay, and Mr. Y. If you want, you can keep on adding here by clicking plus add statement, Mr. Z. Okay. Now I will write here option name I can give. For example, cool is a cool guy, or aggressive, or good human being. Something, whatever you want to add, you can add. If you don't want, you can delete this. Suppose so we have 3 persons and this. We are ready to have, and students or participants can rate these persons. Okay, fine. And in this way, one can add. That question is very useful question. Now, if you want to go with file upload, as I said, this is available only for limited versions. So here a new folder will be created. I can click on OK. Then this question, please upload your, suppose for example, payment receipt. Right? Then one can upload here. File number limit is also available from 1 to 10. So maximum one can upload 10 files. Okay? And single file size limit. So one can go with 10 MB, 100 MB, 1 GB, and so. Okay. So suppose we give here 10 MB, then this will be added, right? So here you can, for every question, you have different, for example, file type. If you click on this file type, you can see here number of things are available. Whichever they want to upload, you can select. If you select any particular, then only those will be allowed. Suppose if you select only PDF file, then only PDF will be accepted. Okay. Fine. And I can quickly tell you this section. So if you want to make it your questions in well organized manner, then sections plays very, very important role. Suppose assume that you are collecting some college information. Then in colleges, you will have students as well as teachers. Among students, you will have different categories, different scholarships, and so on. So at that time, this section will be very, very useful. So if you click on sections, this will be created. For example, I will write here basic information. This is my section name. I'll write here text, name of the participant. Okay. And I will write another one, address. Okay. I'll make it this as. In this way, first we can move it this section if you want. You can duplicate, you can remove section, you can move section. Okay. So I'll move it to here. So this will be my basic information done. Right. Then whatever I have typed here, questions have come. Right. Now I will tell you the one question which is interesting, which is not available directly. I am saying not directly. This is called branching. This branching will be very, very useful. Depending on the answer of that question, we can decide whether he can submit or he can go further, right? So let me add some question and tell here. I will add a question. I will select, suppose here, would you like to know, or would you like to test your ICT skills? Suppose I am going to put a question. Would you like to test your ICT skills? So yes and no. So these two I have added. Suppose he is not interested, then if he select no, he will directly submit the form. If you want to know, okay, I want to know what are my ICT skills. If you say yes, then you should go to further. So at that time we can use this something called branching. You click on this here, you go to add branching. So if we click on add branching here, suppose would you like to test your ICT skills? If that person click yes, then we should decide here what we have to do it. So go to, for example, Either other sections you can click, or you can inside that section which one you want to go. So suppose I'll click other sections. Okay. Then if I say no, then you can say end form, right? So this is the way we can set it for this question. So if somebody answer yes, he will be going to next section. If somebody say no, he will be directly going to end of the form. Okay. So this branching we can give it inside within the section, or we can give branching to different sections. So this, whereas in Google form, branching is available to sections only. So that means if you are in one section, you can directly go to another section. But within that section, if we want to attempt some few questions, as of my knowledge, that is not available. But here it is available within a section. You can see here in this section, there are questions are available. You can go to those questions, or we can go to directly next section, right? So remember here, I would like to say that branching is available in Google Forms also, but here one extra option is there within section. Suppose you have 3 sections. So you can give options for going to any section, or within a section, if you have some 10 questions, 15 questions, we can go within that section, what question should be answered if we say yes or no. Right? So this is one of the interesting and latest feature, that within sections one can skip, or within same section we can skip some question and go to them. Right? Fine. So we have prepared different questions. Now let me preview it. Okay. So if you want to preview it, you have a button here. You click on this preview button, so that we will see whether how our form is prepared. So click on this preview button. If we click on preview, this is the way how others will see it. Now again, I want to highlight here. If you see on the top right corner, there is a computer as well as mobile. So what you have seen at present here, how this form look like on computer desktop. Okay. So name of the participant, address, would you, you can see here there is a, would you like to test your ICT skills? There is a button which is visible here next. So because we have kept branching, other questions won't be visible until this is answered, right? We'll go this question one by one, but the extra option available here is mobile view. So if you click on this mobile view, this is how our Google form, Microsoft form look like when we click on this mobile view. So they have created a preview for mobiles also, so that if there are anything is misplaced and so on, we can correct it. So if somebody answer this Microsoft form from mobile, this is how they look like. Okay. Whereas if you click on computer, whoever answering from laptop or desktop, this is how they look. They can see the form. So they have option for preview for computer as well as mobile, which is interesting. Okay. So here I'll type something. Then I'll write here. And would you like to test? So suppose if I click no and press next, I will be submitting. So I will first click no and then I will submit. So my form, my internet is little slow here. So you can see that I received thanks. Your response was submitted. Okay. Now I'll show you again. I'll go back. I'll select. I'll go to preview again. Now this time I'll select, would you like to test your ICT skills? I'll select as yes. So if I select as yes and click on next, then the further questions will be visible. So in this way, effectively we can use this branching, depending on, for example, assume that you have prepared quiz for physics, chemistry, mathematics students. Okay. If I am interested to take quiz only on mathematics, then you have option. You can give them only they can answer mathematics questions and then submit form. Okay. I'll select something here. You can see that whenever there is a square bracket is available, it is for multi correct answer. Okay. Then name of the teacher I'll write. And how do you rate our resource person? Suppose I give 4, then in this way it will be visible. What is the date of first COVID? So here if you click on, you can select the calendar. So calendar will be visible. At present I just click on something 2nd June, even though it is not correct. Then the other one, the other question is the behavior of a person. So Mr. X, I'll say aggressive, Mr. here, okay, and he's a good person. and please upload your payment receipt. One can upload. You click on this here, it says the description. One can see the description here. Okay, that file 1 and size 10, allowed file type PDF, everything it shows. Okay, so it is a very informative information that what type of file we can upload, what is the size, and so on. So we don't get any error such things. Okay, and we can submit. So because I made it this as compulsory, I'll upload just one file. Okay, I'll upload my CV. Okay. So now we are done. We can submit this. So in this way, we have seen how to create Microsoft form and how we can preview it and how we can submit it. Now go back, and whatever we have previewed it or whatever people have submitted, that we can see as a response. So if you see here, so this one, this is a response section, and here you can see that there are two options. Two people have submitted because I have submitted as 2, right? So click on that. If we click on responses, it will show here name of the participant, whatever questions are there, and for each question the analysis, graph analysis will be readily available for each question. Here, for example, rating, question answer, and different. So it is a very beautiful way to analyze. Analysis I liked in Microsoft Forms than Google Forms. Right now, we are done. We have prepared. Now we want to customize our theme. So let me explain how we can customize our theme. So click on this theme here. So if you click on themes, you can see that number of different options are available here. If you want, you can select anyone. Suppose if I click on this, this is changed. If I click on this, if you want, make it simply background with this color, you can click. Okay, in this way you can add whatever you want, and it not only reflects only to these questions, it also reflects to the other parts of the form also. Okay, or if you are not still satisfied with those forms, whatever they have themes given, you can always customize your themes by uploading image, by coloring the different. So they are all, I don't want to go to it. You can try yourself, but these are the interesting forms. I mean, your form look more interesting than a regular Google form, how it look like, right? So one way we can customize themes. Once we have customized themes, so I have customized and it look like this. Okay, left side as well as right side, everywhere it look like about your questions. Okay. Now the last part in this one, once we create form and we have previewed it, we have customized this. Now the thing is, we have to share it. That means we want to share with students or we have to share with others. So you click on share here. Okay. So if you click on share button, then only people in my organization can respond. So as I said, this has an option that if you sign up with Google Microsoft, then you will get separate email IDs. So if you create a form and if you select this option, only with ending with that email IDs, they can only respond. Or you can click on anyone with this form can be responded. Right now you can click on copy. So I would like to emphasize here why this is not highlighting anyone with this link can respond, because I have selected option called file upload. So because I have selected called file upload, this I cannot share with anyone. So this is one drawback compared to Google Forms, that if you want to upload file, then this you cannot share with anonymously. You cannot share with anyone. You can share only with organization. So I think they should make it available to everyone. So there is a drawback here. So if you don't have file upload option, then you can share with anyone. Okay, because my question has, so I will right now delete that question and I will show you that will be enabled. So now if I click on share, this is now enabled. Anyone with link can also be enabled. So that this link I can share with anyone. Okay, but if you are working with within your organization, then you have option called uploading file. But I don't know why they have not made it available to everyone, but that should be the option made it available. Then you have options here. You can directly copy here and you can share with anyone in any means, then they can by clicking on that link they can attempt. And they also have a QR code. So if you share with this QR code image, then whoever scan this one, they can ready to go with this form. So they have option called QR code also. And whoever know about HTML and all, this embedding option is there, or you can add, you can send through mail also. Okay, fine. So now you can also have get a link to duplicate. That means if you want to make it this duplicate version, you will keep this, but you want to send it as a duplicate, then you can click on this. And you can also have option to collaborate. This all options are available, of course, in Google Form also. You can make it duplicate, you can share with others, and they can view and edit also and so on. So if you click on this, they will ask option for users within my Office 365 or from school, they can edit and so on. Or people in organization can view and edit, right? So these are the options available under share. So you can copy and share it. Whoever receive this one, they can respond. There is one, if you see, observe here, more form settings. So if you click on 3 horizontal settings here, then you have multi-language options are available, settings. So you click on these settings, which I have highlighted during the beginning, which says that who can fill out this form. Anyone with this link are only people in my organization. Okay, so if I click on this, then you have option called record name. So whoever given their names, it will be, their names will be saved. And you can also have one response per one person. So this is only available again as a pro version, organization. For you within organization, you can restrict this. But whereas if you select this, then you don't have that option. And there are options for responses, accept responses. If I click this, whenever it is there, until that it will be accepted. And as I explained, start date and end date, if we want to give it. So if we want to give it start date and end date, here we can select start date and give that. For example, today I want to make it from 12:15 a.m. and I want to end it this by 1:15. Sorry, 12:15 p.m. you select. So today 12:15 p.m. it will start and I will end by 1:15 p.m. So 1 hour time I am giving. Assume that suppose it is a quiz. Okay, then you can also, sorry, okay, you can also have get email notification of each response. Customize, you can have here you can write your response was submitted. If you want many people, suppose asking for after registration, if you want to give Telegram link or if you want to give WhatsApp link, you can say, you can write here, please after this, please join Telegram link, and then you can provide link here, so that after submitting they will get a link to Telegram. In this way, one can customize the thank you message. Okay, these are the different options available as a general form. Right now, I will take 5 minutes to explain what is interesting in this form is new quiz. So I will click on new quiz and we will show you what are the interesting features are available in this new quiz option. Okay. So quiz through Microsoft Forms. This is my title. Okay. Now, fine. We are this procedure is same as it is what we did for normal form. So just click on this. You have options to choice. So click on choice. Now here you have, if you click on these 3 horizontal dots, what you get here is one extra option, math and drop down and shuffle options. Because this is a quiz, it is always have option to shuffle options. Okay, that means different students will get different options, so that we can restrict immediate copying. So for quiz, they have extra called math. So if you go to normal Microsoft Forms, this math won't be available. Math option is available, and this shuffle options. These are available for quiz, and which makes more sense. Okay, so for a normal registration form, we don't require to have shuffle options and so on. So you click on math or you click on shuffle options. So this will be shuffled, right? Just say one question I will explain. And as I said, how we can type a mathematics in this math one. So I'll select this math. So if you select this math, suppose I'll write here, solve the following equation. And here you get, if you click on this, because we have enabled math, this is the math editor available. For example, superscript, subscript, logarithm, square root, whatever different things are there, it is available by default. Okay. And suppose I'll write here x square I'll write here x square minus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay. I'll write here solve this. Then if I give as an option here, I can start. I'll write here one second. So this is what we said here, solve the following equation, x square minus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. So I have not added here option. I'll write option here. For example, x is equal to, just dummy I'm writing, so it is not correct. So x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to, or you write suppose x1, simply write minus 1 comma 2. So these are the two options, suppose I say, and the other one I'll write 2 comma 3, and if you want you can keep on adding. And because it is a quiz, you want to say which is correct answer. Suppose I will say here this is the correct answer, even though it is I'm just explaining. If I want to make it this option as correct, you just click on this. So this is marked as a correct answer. So directly while typing question itself, you can start giving which question is correct. Whereas in Google Forms, we should separately go and give for that, right? Then here, if you see this, there is a option called points here. Okay, so if you click on that points, then for example, I say 2 marks. So you can give answer as well as marks from question layout itself. You don't need to go separately. And if you want to make it this is required, click on this, right? And I have selected already options, shuffle options, and math option also. So you can go to next question. You can start typing. So I will give one more example where other than simple basic math, how one can use just LaTeX, even though many people are not belongs to math, but I just take a 1 minute. Whoever mathematics teachers are there, for them it will be useful. You can type more advanced math also. Suppose I'll write here, solve the following integral. Okay. Then I'll click, math is already there. So you click on this. Now, if you see this right hand corner here, there is an option called ABC. So if you click on that, then you can start typing LaTeX code. And if you click again, it will be converted to equation. Okay. So let me type here. Suppose I'll write here, whoever know LaTeX, for them only it will be understood. So I'll write here /int. So if I just click on this, that is converted. So I'll write /integration from 1 to 5 x square dx. So I have typed here. This is the LaTeX code for typing integration. And now I just click on this one. It is started as integration 1 to 5 x square dx. And the one interesting thing is, it also shows here, it automatically calculates that and shows different values. And it also mentions here, this is the correct answer. So it is doing for us mathematics. You know that Microsoft has a app where if you want to solve any mathematical equation, if you write that or if you copy an image, it will show the answer. So that they have integrated here. So if you type any equation or anything mathematics which is solvable, then it automatically solves and gives the answer, and it also mentions which is the correct answer. So you click add all, and obviously it is correct answer is also selected automatically. So this is one of the best advantage having Microsoft Forms for mathematics, even we will come to know without solving answers. Whereas if we start quiz anywhere, we have to type the question and we have to give answers manually. Whereas most of the time, this using this AI, artificial intelligence, it gives answers also in this way. Okay? Right? So I hope that the mathematics one can type very easily. One can type mathematics very easily using Microsoft Forms. Not only typing mathematics, but also it gives the suggestible solutions. If you want, you take it. Otherwise, you can change it also, right? And if you, especially while typing mathematics, always make sure that you go to preview how it look like from mobile point and this one, wherever it is crossing, then you make some changes. You can see that it looks so beautiful because it is typed using LaTeX code and there is no problem at all. And so far, whatever forms, whatever different things I have come across, this is the best I can tell which is used for mathematics quizzes. Okay. Now, how much time I have? I think 10 to 11:30. So I have around half an hour. Can somebody respond, madam? Sir? Is anyone online? Okay. So what I will do, I will show you whatever quiz I have conducted so that you can see the responses and summary analysis of that. So I clicked on commutative algebra, which I have already organized with, I have conducted to my students. So 39 students have participated. You can give all details, whichever you want to give it, how many points it automatically shows. And here I made it name of the student, roll number, and different questions I have typed it and I have given marks. Now you click on this responses. So if you click on these responses, you can see that 39 people have responded, average score is 11.2 and at present status is closed. Now you have option here, review answers. So for every student, if you want, you can go through each and every student. And if you feel that, because many times it is auto graded, marks are automatically given. If you want, if a question has multi correct answer, but students has given one correct answer, remaining all are wrong. And if you think that partial marking we should give it, then you click on review answers. Then for respondent 2, here, this is correct. Okay. One he did correct, but the other one is did wrong. Okay. So he don't get any marks for this because this is the correct answer, but he has selected wrong. Now, whereas here, this fourth question, if you see, there are 3 correct answers. Okay. But he selected one as a correct answer, remaining he not selected. So if you think that you should give some marks, so you can select one here, right? So in this way, you can give manually marks also. And once you give marks, this will be reflected in there. And if you want, you can go to next and so on. Then you can click on post scores. So if you click on post scores, whatever they got marks, you can select all and post scores so that students will come to know, because I have reviewed it and whatever changes are there, I have changed and I have posted. Okay. Now these scores are final. Now go back, and if you go through the each and every question, you can see that for every question they have chart for this. For every question they have chart for this, so that we will come to know how many students have answered one question correctly and how many have different things, right? So this is the analysis for each and every question. You can directly open it in Open Excel. So if you click on Open Excel, it will download and you can see those responses. Okay. And if you click on these 3 horizontal dots, if you click on this, you have option for delete all responses. So if you click on this, then you cannot get back. Print summary. So you can print whatever summary is visible as it is in the form of PDF, or if you have a printer connected to it, you can connect it, print it. And the interesting, which I said, explained earlier, get a summary link. If you just click on summary link, this is generated. Now you copy this and share with your students, or you share with your participants wherever you want. Then if they click on this link, they can see the summary of that form. So suppose I copied here and I paste it on website and click on it. Okay. So this analysis page will be displayed. You can see that they all can see it. This is the interesting feature which is necessary. Suppose you have conducted a quiz and you want to share the entire how class performed. So you share with all students, they will come to know and they will discuss with among students and so on. And they will also see that which question is difficult among others and so on, right? So this is one interesting feature about sharing the responses with anyone. Okay? And of course, you can download, you can open in Excel sheet, you can print the summary, you can print summary in the form of PDF, or if you have connected printer, you can print. So these are the summary or interesting features about Microsoft Forms. There are some drawbacks or still limitations. One is there is no partial marking for multi-choice answers. That means if you assume that you have designed one question where 2 answers are correct, so student will get marks only if he select exactly those 2 answers. Even if you select one, he don't get it. But if you want, you can enter manually. Manually entering answers is available. But they should implement that. Google has recently updated that. So partial marking is not available here, and file upload is not available for general people, general account. And interesting other advantages also there for this Microsoft Forms. As I said, directly you can set time limit and you can easily share the analysis with one click and so on.